Welcome everybody to episode 9 of Building an HO Layout. Let's get started. Today we're going to be working on this part of the layout. And this is the look we'll have in the end. The kit I'm using is going to be the Modern Shopping Center number 2 by Walthers. Here are the dimensions of the building. Now I won't always unbox these kits in full like this, but I just wanted to show what it came with and how it came out of the box. This single page is your instructions, and it can be a little confusing, but it's not too bad. Each piece is carefully taken off the plastic molding. Then with a hobby knife, I shave the rough parts, and if I need to, I sand it down. Finally, when I have all my pieces cleaned up, I can put it together with the instant drying glue. And if you're curious on where to find this glue, you can pretty much find it at any hobby shop. Here it is, all complete and built. I even added a couple ad posters on the side, just for a little bit of extra detail. I also painted this part on the top of the building matte gray. You can pick this paint up for cheap at Walmart. Last little touch up was painting the air vents black. So one thing about these Walthers kits is that they do come with a lot of extra pieces. These extra pieces will be used for the sidewalks and some curbs. I'm putting some tacky glue on the bigger piece, and I'm putting it in front of the building. The smaller piece will go here to serve as a curb. And I do place some random bottles to help weigh it down. Now, while that dries, I'll be putting down some bushes. Which also includes the long sidewalk. And if you're curious, here are the exact bushes I'm using. One by one, I choose the medium-sized bushes in my bag, and I put it on the glue. I should note that once the glue dries, you won't see the white at all. But so far, it's looking pretty good. While I'm at it, I did add some more extra bushes around the surrounding area. The next thing I'm using is Smooth It. I cut a small piece of the same tape I used for the roads, and this will be for curving the corner, just to make it more realistic to how it is in real life. Once it's completely dry, I can remove the pop dot tape, then carefully sand away the extra Smooth It. Quite the shaky process. Now I vacuum up the small area, and then I wipe away the dust with a damp cloth. Time for some Woodland Scenic's asphalt paint. Using the dry brush technique, I lightly paint some tire marks on the white spots. Next up is to dirt this small area. I'll link the video to how I get my dirt in the description below. Since my dirt is light, my paint will be light as well. In the future, when I apply the dirt, I'll probably be using some kind of shaker of some sort to make it a little bit more easier and a little bit more accurate. I then use a brush to spread it all out. As I always do, I cover up the surrounding areas where I don't want glue. Isopropyl alcohol goes first, then a good spray of Scenic Glue. I can now remove the paper, and I could also dab up any extra glue with a paper towel. Progress is coming along very well, and it's still nowhere close to being done. But that's okay, that's the fun of it. So the following day I did check the dirt, and it had some of these light spots that I didn't really like, but that'll be an easy fix down the road. For now I'm going to focus on the parking lot, and for that job I'm going to be using a white paint pen. These are the measurements for my parking spots. For now I'm going to cut the rectangle out, and I'm going to use it for a tracer. Now my experience with the paint pen was pretty good, besides the occasional paint bleeding. But I had no one else to blame but myself for that one. Now if I did have the ability, I probably would have freehanded this. It would have been a lot easier and probably wouldn't cause any kind of paint bleeding at all. But just like many people, drawing straight lines is not an easy task. The lines will need some cleaning up, that's for sure. One thing I did actually do freehanded was the arrows. I just carefully drew them and kind of made sure that they were the same size. Here are the paints that I'm using for the touch-ups. The only problem was when I painted the concrete, I used a random combo of gray and white, so therefore I must guess on how much to use of each paint. Which does kind of suck, and if I were to go back in time, I would use just one single acrylic paint. For now, I can place the building to see how things look, and so far I'm pretty happy with it, besides the whole touch-ups thing. Off camera, I added some more lines on the concrete, fixed the dirt issue, and used the dry brush technique to add some more tire marks to the inside of the parking lot. Now we can take a step back and see all the progress that's been made, and I'm very satisfied so far. And like I've said in the past before, there still is a lot of little details to add. I'm pretty much just getting the base layer down pretty much, and a little bit of occasional details, but eventually this will look a lot different. Things will be added, things will be taken away maybe. We don't really know what's going to happen in the future. Alright, that's going to wrap up episode 9 of Building an HO Layout. We got a lot done in this episode, but there is still plenty to do and to add. I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. That does tell me that you do enjoy it. And I will catch you guys in the next one.